Are you okay?
Yep.
Now, this session is what we are going to look at. Who can read?
Get to know financial institutions.
Get to know what?
Financial institutions.
Get to know financial institutions. We've looked at some of the categories of financial services that are available. Some are formal, others are? What else? Institutions are not that? We have financial institutions. We looked at some of the categories. Some are formal, others informal, others semi-formal. What did we look at in those that are formal? Those that are formal? Banks, SACCOs, mobile money, those are formal. How about the informal? The informal money lenders who are not registered. Friends, boxes,
Under mattress.
under mattress. Yeah. How about semi-formal? Semi-formal. Between formal and informal, it's just semi-formal. What do you think of saving groups?
Out of lending groups. Lending.
As long as they are not registered, they can be termed as semi-formal. Okay? Yeah. What's the difference between formal and informal financial services? Let's do this as a debate. This side, you'll tell us about you'll tell us about formal. Okay? This side will tell us about formal. We are looking at comparing, looking at differences between formal and informal financial services. Let's start with this. You give 1 point here, you will get another one here.
Advantages over the other.
Okay, do we have a difference? You remember any difference between formal and informal financial services? What's the difference? You said they are registered by government. Formal are registered by government. How about informal?
They are not registered.
Yes.
No rules govern informal. For example, if you want to get your money in a box, no signing papers and papers.
There are no rules for the informal financial services.
Even we have a loan informal.
Okay. Informal, you can get a
Loan.
formal loan. You can get a loan.
Okay, in the box, you cannot get the loan.
In a box, you can't get a loan from there. Okay.
No charges.
Now, we are going to look at a financial system well suited to the environment we are in. See, here we are in a refugee settlement, but we are in Uganda. We know how financial services and financial systems are built here in Uganda, don't we? So we want to look at this, especially starting with one thing called money. As we have always looked at it, money has channels. Okay? Money has channels. Money is a currency. moving from one person to another, moving from here to there, and money with banks, you know, banks are regulating. Do you think banks are regulated? Do banks get regulated? And who regulates banks? For example, in Uganda,
To do what?
who is regulating banks? Setting laws for the banks, limits.
It is this Bank of Uganda, Central Bank.
Bank of Uganda, also called
Central.
Central Bank. That means with Central Bank, because the Central Bank is regulating these banks, what's the advantage of that to you as a person who will use those banks? The regulations Central Bank is giving our banks, how will that help you as a user of the banks? What's the importance of regulation to you? What's the importance? It gives what? It gives security to your funds. It gives security to your funds. Those regulations are there to protect you. Hmm? They are there to protect you. For example, the central bank, before a bank gets registered, there is a certain amount of money they ask them to put there as security or insurance for the deposits of people. What else is the importance of regulation? Insurance. You get insured. Your money gets insured. I was reading a brochure of a certain bank that what they have paid in the central bank, your savings up to 10 million is insured. Meaning you can't lose it even if the bank got burnt or closed completely. If the bank ran out of business and they go, central bank will pay you. You are secured. Is that a good thing? Yeah, it's a good thing. So what's a financial institution? What's a financial institution?
It is an institution that provides services to
Now, the objectives by the end of this session, by the end of the what?
that session.
By the end of this session, you will be able to know the following. You read the first objective of the session.
To identify the financial institution in one neighborhood or region.
You will be able to identify what?
Financial institution in one neighborhood or region.
You will be able to identify financial institutions in the neighborhood we live in or in the region we live in. You read louder. The second one, you read louder. So that these people can
condition to belong to a financial institution.
to understand the conditions to belong to a what?
Financial institution.
Yeah, the conditions to belong to a financial institution. By the end of this session, you will be able to do what? You read number 3.
To know where and how to get information about financial institutions.
To know what?
Where and how?
To know where and how to get what?
Information
Information
about financial
about financial institutions. And then the last one,
To know up a list of questions for finding out more about financial institutions and their characteristics.
okay, to
Draw
know
up a list of questions for finding out more about financial institutions and their characteristics.
A list of questions that you can ask about financial institutions and their characteristics. Okay, that's what we'll be able to handle by the end of this session. I'm sure each one of us will have already known some of these things. Now, what's a financial institution? What's a financial institution?
I think it's a company in business.
It is a what?
A company which is engaged in business.
A company that is engaged in business. Yeah. Yeah.
A financial institution, in other words, it's an institution which provides those services of financing, like credit in terms of loans, savings, and also give those financial, it can be education or literacy.
Okay. He says it's an organization or a company that is giving services like loans, savings, deposits, investment programs, a financial institution. What is it for? Why a financial institution? What does it help us? And what does it do? What do financial institutions do?
Financial institutions provide financial services,
Financial services, like which one?
giving loans,
Giving loans,
Keeping people's money.
keeping people's money,
In other words, it encourages lending and borrowing.
encourages lending and borrowing. Mm-hmm. What do financial services do? Financial institutions. What do they do? They teach people about financial education. Okay. What is a bank?
Bank is a place where people keep their money.
One says a bank is a place where people keep their money safely. Another one?
A bank is a legal institution where people keep their money.
Legal institutions where people keep
Their money.
their money. Who else?
according to my own understanding, as long as I'm not a good economist. A bank is a financial institution that provides financial services like lending, keeping money, encouraging lending and borrowing money from the bank.
Okay. Yeah, in other words, all your answers as you've given, a bank is a formal or regulated institution that is giving credit services and deposit services. That's good. What is a microfinance institution? What's a microfinance institution? What's a microfinance institution? Yes.
Microfinance institution is an institution that manages about 50 and below people, or lower financial services.
Lower financial services. 50 people and below. Okay.
A microfinance institution, I also don't think it is different from these other financial institutions because it provides the same services that these other institutions also provide.
Okay.
So it can be in the same category.
It is a community-based financial institution that deals in financial services.
Yes.
Okay.
That is right.
Thank you for all your answers. You can hear the word micro. What does the word micro to you? What do you understand with that word? Something small. Micro. What do you understand by that? It's small. So a microfinance will give you microcredit. Small loans than a bank can give you. Huh? Can take smaller deposits than a bank can accept, okay? That's a microfinance for you. What is a SACCO? A savings and credit cooperative. What is a savings and a credit cooperative?
It is a saving and a credit cooperative.
I want to understand by that.
Sacco, saving.
You said that it's also one of the financial institutions. So what's that? What's it? We've looked at the bank, microfinance.
I think that it's like a community-based organization.
And
In which you are there,
Sacco
all
has got
you
CPO.
just make an association, and then you use that financial service you provide to all your members.
Muri financial literacy
You organize members and then
n'abana bajya
you
bayigira.
keep saving. It works like this BSC saving groups, but bigger.
Okay, listen. Just as you've heard that it's a financial institution, savings and credit, you know what that means. Saving and giving loans. And now the word cooperative, it means it's
A joint.
owned by members.
Different.
Members are the ones who own it, and they give loans to themselves. You are a non-member, don't expect anything. So they give those services to themselves. You come together, you give services to yourselves. Are we together? Yeah. So it's also a financial institution that is giving services to its members only. It can give bigger loans or even smaller loans. What is a finance company? Finance company.
Uganda in English. Finance company ntabwo yaba ntabwo yaba person.
Finance company.
Around 20.
For them, they don't take loans. They don't give loans. They don't even take savings.
Kamasi bagize mu era twakundaga gusiba.
Talk about the regular business companies, you know. Most of them are finance companies. Yeah? They're dealing with money. But they don't give you a loan. They don't take your savings. We are dealing with finances, don't we? What's the difference between financial institutions and a bank? Is there a difference? We've talked about financial institutions. What's the difference between a financial institution and a bank?
Bank and institution. Financial institution means it's bank. Examples of financial institutions.
So most of the differences can also be the similarity, but the only difference with the bank is insurance of your money.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
The difference that is in between there, it is that for a bank, its major and its first priority it is saving, depositing, while other financial institutions can deal in making regulations, in trainings, etc.
Okay. Now, to sum it up, financial institutions and a bank, they all have some similarities, but the difference is a bank is a financial institution, isn't it? But not all financial institutions are a bank.
Banks, yes.
They are not.
Eh,
They are either microfinance or SACCOs or any other, but they are not a bank. A bank is a bank, and it's also a financial institution. Do you know some financial institutions in this area? Do you know some? Give names. Yugaford is one. Is it a bank?
It's a
Microfinance. Which one else?
have a bank.
Opportunity Bank.
Opportunity.
Opportunity Bank. Another? Equity Bank. Another?
Rico Sacco.
Ripo Sacco. Another?
Rupo.
You say DFCU. Mobile money. Centenary. Agents. Huh? Do you use some of those financial institutions? Do you use some? Are you using them? Who is using at least one of those financial services? At least one. Which one do you use?
I use Opportunity.
Opportunity Bank. Which one? Centenary. Which one?
Mobile money.
Mobile money.
I also use Centenary.
Centenary. Yugaford. Yugaford. Those who have used Yugaford, what's your experience? Share with us your experience.
The experience of Liverpool.
Mm.
I think Liverpool it's giving loan quick.
Gives quick loans. Mm. Yugaford Microfinance. Have you ever taken a loan from them? How much? No, sorry. What were you going to do?
So I was working in the state.
You were going to rent him to steal. What were you doing?
I was doing those things of sending sales and
Sending what?
sales and things.
Okay. Did you repay the loan? You finished repaying. And how was your experience? Were you happy at the end of it?
I was happy because it increased the business. Even I made it good all things.
His business grew and he remained with his property. Meaning, no, they didn't take your collateral.
Rack.
Your experience with Yugaford?
That is rack.
It wasn't quite good because the interest was high.
Did you take a loan?
I tried it. When we reached to the time of interest, then so my experience with them was because of those loans.
You didn't like the interest?
Yeah.
How much was that?
It was more than over even.
Oh, Yugaford. What is the interest?
The interest of Liverpool,
Yeah,
like for the loans,
yeah.
but I think it's cheap.
Thousand
Like,
dollars.
you give them the interest of 2,000.
Every month.
200,000.
200,000 in a month,
It is
No,
in a year,
in a 6 month.
in 6 months.
It's so cheap.
Okay. Okay, it all depends. We all have differences. Those who are using Opportunity Bank, share with us your experience. How is your experience using Opportunity Bank?
So to me, Opportunity Bank, I have never gone there to take a loan,
Hmm.
but most of their loans are difficult to get because they have more regulations for you, criteria for you to get a loan. But on part of saving and withdrawing and depositing, it is simple. Whereby on Opportunity, it is an interswitch. I can deposit my money in Opportunity Bank. I go to the ATM machine of Sentinel and I withdraw. So where I go, I can withdraw.
Okay. Meaning there is flexibility of accessing your money because it has patterned with other banks using what you call the interswitch. Huh? Who else has used a financial institution to share with us the experience? Mobile mobile money? Who has used mobile money to share with us the experience?
Mobile money, according to your depositing, maybe you are depositing a huge amount of money on mobile money, then it is the loan they can give you. So, for example, me, I can get a loan on mobile money on Momo Advance, equivalent to 10,000. If you save, if you continue saving and you pay in time, then they increase you.
Okay, so they can also give you a loan. All right, that's very good. Now, although it's really difficult to be familiar with different financial institutions available in our area, we can always use just two things to identify which financial institution can be better for us. For example, number one, we can look at the characteristics of a financial institution itself. Looking at the characteristics of a financial institution, you can choose if you think it is better for you. Or you even look at the characteristics of the product you are looking for. If it is a loan, you think about the interest, you think about what, you think about the charges, you think about everything. So, for you to be able to access these financial institutions, look at the characteristics of a financial institution, and you also look at the characteristics of the product you are looking for in that financial institutions. So for us to simplify this, we are going to look at these financial institutions, but we shall take an example using one product, which is savings. An example we are going to use for all financial institutions we are going to look at is what? Savings. Because it will be easier for us now to dive into the whole session using that example. How would you decide which financial institution to deposit your money? How would you decide to choose a financial institution where you want to deposit your money? How do you decide that? What do you follow to choose a financial institution where you want to deposit your money? Khalid.
For example, how I did talk about flexibility. Easy to access your money and easy to deposit your money. That is the role, maybe the rule I can follow.
Easy to deposit?
To deposit and access it quickly.
Okay.
Flexibility.
You did.
Security of money. Whereby you know that your money is safe, no one will take your money.
Okay. Security of your money. Is my money safe? How safe is my money if I put it there? So to decide which financial institution you want to deposit your money in, it is necessary to take into account the characteristics of these financial institutions. Where is it located? How far is it from where I live? How safe is this? What is the reputation of this financial institution? Won't they run away with my money? Those are the questions you have in mind before you can choose a financial institution to deposit your money. I want you to divide yourself in 4 groups. This is how we want to do it. We shall be counting 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let's start here. 1. You say 1.
2.
Keep remembering your number. Your number what?
3.
Your number?
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1, 3. Okay. If you are number 4, stand up. Stand up if your number 4. Number 4, find a shed where you can go. You can sit in that shed. Number 4. All number 4 sit there. We are waiting for number 4s to go there.
nta nubwo ndi hafi na namba 3 nta nubwo ndi hafi na namba 1
There.
there after number 4 yeah, number 4
Get a chair. Number 3, stand up. Number 3, where do you want to sit?
Here.
here they go there
There. Number 3.
Here in the shed.
Okay, go there. Number 3, go there. Number 2, where are you?
we are here
Number 2, go under that
we are
tree.
here number 2
Yeah, go under that tree.
number 3 yenyewe sasa kuna ujenzi
Where's number 1? Number 1, stand up. Number 1, you come there. Come here, number 1.
near the dog
Roland,
Near the dog.
you join group number 3.
Number one we are here.
Cyakirye kizamu hatumwe n'umutwagwe.
atavuga
Where is number 3?
We are here.
Tutakaa kwa mitihani. Tutakishindwa.
Hey, number 3, you're too many. You come and join this group. Roland, you come and join this one.
We like the girl. We like the female. That's how we do.
But you have a pregnant girl there. Who has not registered on the list?
in education
Here.
Everyone, please make sure you register.
in education what I came to learn is that no point is collected for
Okay.
using luck
You have 4 groups already.
Which group are you, Jamaa? Number 2. Ujiunge hapa. Jiunge hapa. Tafuta kiti. No wahala.
Group. This is group number 2.
number
You get this book. You will use that.
two
This is group number what?
financial education
Zombe tao. Tunaenda vitubo.
leo mtata sijui
Number what?
Uko sawa kula. Nikupe kiti.
unataa baridi unataa moto
Kuja hapa.
This is group.
risk management and insurance
You see those characteristics in the table, upper part of the table,
Which one? Which page?
with all those upper characteristics.
page what
Page 118. Are you there? You have the book?
108.
Page 118.
16187
118.
method through my digital wallet
Go there.
118
Page 118. You are there? Okay.
training aid
Do you see the
Questions
those
asked by
characteristics
financial
of financial institutions?
yeah
Oh,
Read in the first one.
geographical proximity
Geographical proximity. Location, in other words. Now, you see the second row, questions to ask. Yeah? going to talk about questions you can ask a financial institution to make sure you identify its characteristics and see whether it's a suit for you. So about geographical proximity, which question can you ask the financial institution? Yeah, where are your branches? So in each group, I'm giving you 5 or 6 minutes to identify questions you can ask for each characteristic. Very quick. 6 minutes, you work on that. Which questions can you ask that you will give me good answers for this? For example, before you choose a financial institution to use, you must first know their characteristics. So which question can you ask here? For example,
Characteristics of the financial institution. 1. Geographical proximity. 2. Reputation and trustworthiness of the financial institution.
We can trust your money into a financial.
Provision and quality of non-financial services, in brackets business training, financial education.
did you understand? You understood? That's good. So you work on that.
Remote services.
Remote services. How when you are far in the distance, how does
Question number 1. What is your education? That's another question. 6 questions for each. Teacher.
Yep.
How many questions per each?
Just one. Just one question per characteristic.
Reputation and trustworthiness of the financial institution. Reputation and trustworthiness. Trustworthiness of the financial institution. What is the name? So what is the name? And how can we trust the bank? Which question can we generate here? Reputation and trustworthiness of financial institution.
Yes. How are we sure that our money is going to be safe?
How sure are we?
So are we going to write here or just
Or is our
I
money
can write in a notebook.
secure?
How sure are we?
each option?
Each characteristic, one question. Each characteristic, one question.
Money is safe. Then number 3.
Remember that here even we have reputation, the name that is known, how people know about that bank or that
What is the
institution.
name of this institution?
No, for you that one should be in your mind. You know, this bank has a name. How do people talk about it? Like that, But that one not the question. Provision and quality of non-financial services, business training and financial
All
education.
characteristic with a question. One question for each.
Quality.
Yeah, 10
Provision and
characteristics,
quality
10 questions.
of non-financial services.
Newspapers.
Yeah, you can use a paper.
To write questions.
Yeah, right. Yes. Which question? One question for each.
Provision and quality of non-financial services.
10 questions. Provision and quality of non-financial services.
So those non-financial services, they are business training, financial education. So here they're asking about how do that institution provide non-financial services.
Where is this financial institution located?
which other services do you offer? So other services that they offer that can help us, I think, about our businesses. If it provides training, that's good, I think.
Apart from what other services or what other
benefits can we get from you, apart from financial services? What other benefits or services can we get from you? Here, that's when they can say, we give you trainings.
what other benefits which was can we get
remote services, balance inquiry via internet, spending alerts via SMS, telephone banking, and the costs. So other characteristics of financial institution is remote services. You write remote services. So these are services whereby you can ask the balance inquiries
using the phone?
not only using the phone, going to that institution, you ask them. You see, internet, via internet, you can use through internet, spending alerts. You use a spending alert or via SMSs, you receive it through your SMSs, telephone banking, or you can bank using the telephone, and the costs.
Does that one mean the way they facilitate people to receive the information?
The information. It can be through internet, spending alerts, SMSs, and banking telephones. So, which question can we ask? Can we generate from remote services? Generate a question.
Remote services and costs.
Which question can we generate?
Are you about to finish?
A quota.
You have 5 minutes left.
Let's generate this question. In
5
which
minutes
way
left.
can we get more information? Which way?
What are the charges?
The charges? How can we be sure that our money is safe?
The same as this.
It is the same, but here they say when you be supposed to give you a receipt, or we can send a message through the internet to confirm. You know, there are some times when you send someone to the bank, you say, go and deposit for me this money. Before he gives you the receipt, already inquire the message, the SMS. Don't you see? So,
I think that can be also any kind of question.
Or you can ask them.
What ways?
You might even ask them their account number that you can use when depositing using your phone.
Okay.
So let us ask them the account number. Can you say that what is your bank account number? Or how can you say that question?
Here we can say about the remote services.
Gutanga ariko ngira ngo n'ikibazo kirigendera byose.
So you say it.
What ways
use can make us be sure about the safety of our money.
Okay, let's skip that question. We shall come back to it.
Okay.
Quality of service. Quality of service. Quality of service. And staff. So quality of services and the staff, here it is. Waiting times when you're waiting for a service. Respect for customers. Languages spoken. Speed of service. Those are the quality of service and the staff. Which question can we generate?
You trust all your workers, all your staff.
How is your customer care?
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
They will say, that's where they say, unless we give a customer care, we don't delay services.
We
Such
provide
a-
a quick service.
Eh,
I think so.
How is
You
your
have
customer?
2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
In need the condition of joining the institution. If needed, conditions of joining the institution.
Conditions.
Joining the institution. Subscription. So the conditions, those includes the subscription fee, frequency of meetings, decision making, powers of members. Here they give you the powers. They show you how what are the powers of being a member of that institution.
2 minutes left.
What are the subscription fee? Frequency of meetings, like that. Here, which question can we generate?
What is required to join your institution?
Join the institution.
What are the requirements of joining your institution?
Requirements. But here for I can also generate a question about the powers of a member. If I'm going to
Could you register?
I will register.
Even you. Which one here?
Transparency regarding charges and terms and conditions, quality of the information given to you. You write just transparency. Transparency. Do they have some secrets, or there are some things that they are hiding when they are informing you? So here we can ask them if they tell us about that institution. So sometimes we may be forced to ask them, is this the only information that we need to know? So that if there are other information, they tell you, no, we still have other information.
Is there any other information I need to know?
Because some institutions, when they come, they tell you, no, just we give you 2%. Yet
And they hide others.
They hide others. They are not transparent.
Apart from this one, is there any other information I need to know apart from this one?
You'll go to products. You write products. Products designed for specific groups of customer, students, employees,
pensioners.
What are the products that can suit me?
Mm.
Or what's make you different from other products?
Other institutions. Yeah, that's when they started telling him, we offer this, we give this charitable works undertaken. That is solidarity fund, sponsorship, fund and foundations. Charitable works undertaken. How is the how does the institution help the PS this
How much
physical
sponsors do you
disability people?
have? You may ask them how much sponsors do you have? How many sponsors do you have?
How can you help?
Yeah, because this seems that these are charitable works for that institution. The sponsors that sponsors that institution. Yeah.
Okay. Solidarity fund. Okay, yeah. How many? Oh, we can ask them.
How many organizations do you partner with?
Okay, you write that one. Those are stakeholders. But it is also part of the foundations. Isn't it so? Yeah.
Do you partner?
For people sending or receiving transfers to or from a relative, presence of the institution in the relative's region and geographical proximity to their place of residence.
Okay, time out.
This also seems to
Let's
be
come
as
back together.
location.
Hey,
This one
Stop
is
where you
still
are.
as
It's enough.
location.
You come back here, then we discuss.
So
You have chosen
what
one
question
person,
can-
one representative from your
what
group who
question
will
can
present
we write?
what you've written.
The distance
You've chosen
between
one
our
representative
region where we are staying,
who will present what
I
you've
think.
written.
This one is
Please come
town,
back.
about the distance. You may find I want to join a certain institution, but it is in Kabingo. Every time I will always
Then you may ask them,
Transport
do
to
you,
to
do
go
you
and
have
deposit or withdraw.
do you have any nearby branch here?
Yeah.
All of you have written here.
Any near
All of you have written. Let one person.
nearby branch.
Who was number one on the list?
Nari nibagiwe.
Again.
In groups or all of us, according to the groups we had.
No, from everyone. You're good? Now, one representative, we start with which group? Who is ready?
Number one, order.
Okay, group number one. You tell us the the questions you have identified, which you can ask a financial institution to identify its characteristics and see whether it's suitable for you. Yeah. Present. It's okay, you can stand there.
Now we had questions. We can put to financial according to these characteristics. For example, for this geographical proximity, the question is, where are you located? That's the first question to put to them when they come to us. We ask them where they are located, where their office is located. For this reputation and trust, for their reputation and trust, the question is, how is these financial services holding their members to know their reputation well so that I afford their services? The following, this provision and their quality, the question is this financial services providing financial education and business trainings to their members? That's also a question. For these remote and services, the question is, can someone acquire your financial services in a remote area? For quality of services and stuff. Now the question is, are your services affordable? Is it easy to afford your services? For conditions and of joining, I mean, for their conditions, the question is, how are your members involved? How are your members involved in your services? For this transparency, we ask them, is your interest rate reasonable? Is it good for customers to afford? Is it easy for your members to afford that loan and get your interest rate, to pay it on time? So for product, the question is, what are your special services to your people? For example, those special services, it can be for groups, for their beneficiaries, I mean. For this charitable work, the question is, whom are your beneficiaries? That's the question to them. Because they have to get beneficiaries to give their some extra services. It can be finding foundations or some of organization and those vulnerable people. The next, for sending and receiving. This in transfer issues. Is it easy for, the question is it easy to afford your services out from your area where you are located? For example, you are in Mbarara, you want to receive your money from the bank, from Naki Valley, while being in Mbarara. That's the question. Can someone acquire your services while being far from your office or from another bank? Are you connected to some other financial services so that someone can send and receive money on his this account.
Have 1 minute left.
Yeah, and the last question is, how can someone acquire your services through online or internet, via internet tools? That's that.
Okay, clap for him. Next group.
I'm Karix Kamkama once again, and I'm representing Group 2. And these are the questions which we have managed to ask, especially on the objectives which we have read. I will begin with the first question. It is talking about the quality of staff and services. We have come with this question. Are your staff members qualified for the jobs they are recruited in? This is a question which, of course, all of us, when you are going to enter into to deposit and to enter into a financial service, you have to ask yourself. Some people, they are not qualified. They cannot be qualified. They cannot be trained. They can even take your money and end up. So you first ask yourself, do they have qualifications to allow them? Maybe they studied about finance. Then if they have, then there you have to entrust them with your money or go there and maybe get a loan. Reputations and trustworthy. Here there was a question which was saying, there is a question, it says, is your institutions registered? Are your institutions registered? If so, which body of the government governs your institution? Maybe the board of the government. So before taking your money into the institution, you have to know whether it is registered. Is it illegal? In other words, we are talking about whether the government allows it. A certain person, a group of people, they can organize their institution with the name of stealing citizens. So before you put there your money, you have to first know whether it is legally there, the government allows it. Then later you entrust there your money, or you go for loans. Here it was about, another point was about remoteness, remote services, including when you are here in remote services, they mean when you are down there in a deep village or in an area where we have low network. How can they access you? We have now technology on internet and the use of sending SMSs. If you are there in a deep village, by having, we imagine that every person to go and have maybe an account in those organizations, at least if you are on a lower level, you'll be having a mobile phone. So if you have a small mobile phone, they can send the messages and maybe to warn you that pay in time, or you can get messages on internet and many others. So here they mean about the remoteness. Apart from financial services, do you render any other? I think this point was about other services rendered. So here they ask, apart from financial services, giving loans, having money to receiving money to deposit there, apart from those other financial services, do you render any other services to the clients, these customers who come to come and deposit their money? Do you render them any other service? Now here, before you put there your money, you first know whether they have like this one. We have had a team here. We first learn how to use money, how to, if those organizations are, I mean those financial institutions, they can help you to first study. And some institutions, they give you money, they don't teach you how to use it. Yes, and you end up like how someone was giving the testimony, you end up putting in other businesses, then they take your collateral materials. So it is necessary to first know how these institutions, they are going to teach you into the area of using that money, then your money gets the profits. Then lastly, on that part, we have even other institutions which can give bursaries, which can give other non-financial services. I think there are those which we have managed to correct as our group number 2. We have any other?
Clap for him. Group number 3.
Okay, for group number 3, on geographical proximity, here we can ask them about their location. We can ask a question that, where are you located? So, the institution and trust was, we can ask, how do you ensure the safety of our money? So we should be ensured when we are banking that institution, they give you points to ensure the safety of your money. So that is the institution and trustworthiness of that financial institution. Then provision and quality of non-financial services. You can ask them that apart from financial services, what other benefit do you offer? So maybe that institution might be having other benefits, then you need to know more about those benefits apart from financial services. So remote services and costs, you can ask them, because that means you are in a remote area. Then you can ask them that how much do you charge when I post using my phone? You can ask them about the charges when you can use your phone to post the money on that financial institution. So quality of financial service and staff. How is your customer care? That is the question you can ask them when it comes to the quality of financial services and the staff of that financial institution. Because some institutions don't offer customer care. So on number 6, if needed conditions of joining the institution, then there you can ask them that, what are the requirements of joining your institutions? Then there you can be able to know what you require to join that financial institution. Transparency, then you can ask them a question that, is there any other information that I need to know apart from the information you have told me right now? Because on transparency, maybe they can be with other secrets. You can ask that financial institution if there is any other information you want to know apart from the information they just gave you. Then products of the financial institution, you can ask them, what special products can suit me? You can ask them the special products they have in that institution that can suit you. Then they can tell you all about their products, and they tell you the products that can suit you. Then charity, you can ask them, how many organizations do you partner with? Or how many donors do you have? So here you can be looking for information regarding the charity of this institution. Then sending and receiving, that is the last one. Do you have, here it is in remote area. In remote area, then you can ask them that, do you have any nearby branch? You can ask them if they have any nearby branch where you can easily access their services. So that was group number 3.
Okay, clap for him.
This is group 4. This is what we have discussed. On geographical proximity, the location, we managed to say that where is it located? Then we have trustworthiness. Is it beneficial and friendly? That is trustworthy. Then provision. here we can say that what are the conditions for opening a saving account? Remote services. Here they were meaning when the services are far away from the people. So how will the people get to know about this one? So we say that how will the people know about the institution in the remote area? Quality of services and staffs. Here they were meaning quality of staff, of services and the staffs. They were meaning customer care. So the question we can ask how will the institution manage the customer care services? Conditions for joining the institution. The question, we can formulate our question saying that what are the conditions required before joining the institution? Transparency. Regarding charges. So the question, what are the interest rates for the institution? Then product design. Product design. There is the product designs for specific group of people. It may also be age. What are the products designed? What are the products desired? Or another one, we can say that what is the age bracket for the institution? So, for example, there is a product which you cannot buy when you're still under the age of 18. So, that is the question you know about.
Clap for him.
Charitable work. Yeah, we are having given this one, charitable work. Are there people to volunteer for the institution? That one is the first question. Another one, we can say that are there sponsors funding the institution? So this is what we want to get.
Okay, clap for him. Now, as you can see, these were institutional characteristics. Characteristics you can follow to choose an institution you want to join or to become a customer for, or an institution where you want to save money. But you cannot base on only institutional characteristics for you to decide to save your money there. Remember, we are using an example of savings products. You will not only base on institutional characteristics to start saving money in that institution. You also have to look at what we call saving characteristics. And now I want to ask you questions. Which characteristics would you base on for you to start saving in an institution? Which characteristics will attract you to start saving your money there? Think about them. How will you trust a financial institution to take your money there? Why would you put your savings in a certain financial institutions? Well, we've looked at those characteristics generally for financial institutions, and now specifically for the saving product. For you to choose to start saving in, to choose this saving product, which characteristics are you looking at? Tell me as I write. Characteristics for a saving product. Yeah.
Saving institution.
For a saving product.
Charges.
Charges. How much do you charge me when I come to withdraw? That's one characteristic. You are looking at charges. That's one. Number two,
Conditions necessary. Or
conditions for you to open that account. Conditions for opening an account. Next,
the membership fee.
membership fee. That's a sec of a SACCO. If you want to save in a SACCO, they will charge you membership fee. What's the membership fee?
Location.
Location. Location, that's institutional. Huh? Institutional characteristics. Now, these are characteristics for a saving product. We are looking at charges, conditions for opening an account, the membership fee, the what?
And also
Benefit.
Benefits.
and also the affordability to the service.
Affordability, like what?
Like when you come, you take a lot of time to serve the service.
How fast?
How fast the service is affordable.
Okay, flexibility. Huh? Flexibility. Can I withdraw anytime I want to? Yeah. Any other characteristic from this group? I haven't heard from this group. Characteristic of a saving product. They have given an example, charges, how much is opening an account, how often can I withdraw, conditions for opening an account, interest. If I save my money, will you give me interest?
Those are charges.
If I, no. Will you give me an interest on my savings? Will I earn?
If I save a lot of money,
Interest.
we thank you.
Yes.
We have minimum deposits. What's the minimum deposit? Minimum deposit.
Also about interest, is it a flat rate or is it on reducing amount?
Flat rate or reducing amount for your savings, they are simply giving you a bonus or a profit for using your money. Because you put your savings there, they also lend it to people. So they have to earn for you an interest.
Age.
Age, you can say on your point, can I get a loan if I open this account? Can I access a loan? Yeah. Is there age limit? Age limit. Okay. Having looked at this, I want you to go back to your groups. 4 groups. Each group will write 2 questions which you can ask in choosing a savings account, a savings product. Just 2 questions you will ask that will help you to choose a better savings product. Even you, just 2 questions in your group that will help you to choose a better saving product. Which questions can you ask the bank
And the minimum and
about saving product? Which questions? Join your group. Yeah.
Rally groups.
Group number 1, you are welcome.
chosen
questions about two questions you will ask
Number one, we
the
have seven
bank
conditions.
about the saving
Conditions.
These are characteristics of saving products you consider. So, on these characteristics, which questions would you ask? Just find out two questions you can ask. Will you ask about benefits? What question can you ask about that? Will you ask about flexibility? Which question can you ask about that? Charges? Which question can you ask about that? Just two questions for you.
Which rules will I follow? Which criteria can I follow to open savings?
Just be precise. What are the things which you need?
Requirements to open
What are the requirements for
What
opening?
are the requirements to open sponsor water to open?
There are some banks. You have a national ID.
Yes, some as the machine. What if you are a student, you don't have a national ID?
I ask you, are you student?
What if I'm a refugee and I want to save you? And I don't have
They use the refugee registration when they don't have it.
No, what if I don't have the ID of my
You're finished?
account? At which age do you start and what of which age?
Which age bracket? Supposedly. In which
Does any
do you are?
maybe 18 to 80? Yeah. How was it? So I know the person will not allow the same. But if you die, open savings. To save with it.
For 5 for saving with you. To save within your finances.
The 5 because for
Do I benefit when I save the money with the money?
Talking about the requirements. The requirements, I see how can I do it. Yeah.
Which group has finished? Which number? Come and present.
Okay, this is group number 3. So we've been talking about the questions that you can ask any institution that you want to join. Yes? So, and you told us to look for 2 questions. Then our first question, we can ask that institution before we join. We can ask them that what are the conditions required for conditions, all the conditions and necessities required for you to become a member of that institution. That can be our first question. Then after them telling you all the conditions, then you can ask the second question. You ask them that what are the depositing and withdrawal charges? Then they tell you the charges of depositing and the charges of withdrawing. Then when you see that they are favorable, then you join that institution. Those
Okay.
are our two questions.
You clap for him. The next group. Same people are presenting. You choose other people to present. Ladies this time.
Let me still present. Now our first question, it will be based on charges. You see, the first question will be, am I allowed to withdraw at any time? Because when I have my savings, I will need one time to withdraw. So am I allowed to withdraw at any time? That's the first question. The second one is, am I going to be charged or benefiting from my savings? When I've put there my savings, I've saved, am I charged or benefiting some money on my savings? That's the second.
The first question we've got, we can ask that what is the minimum age and the maximum deposit for a person to possess an account? The second question, is there a need for someone to leave behind an identity card in order to get a loan? And here we can say that what is done if one fails to pay back the amount borrowed? That is the question that we can ask.
Our first question, based on condition, was what are the requirements needed before or when opening a bank account? And the second question was based on age limit. It was saying in which age bracket is a person allowed to qualify to have a saving account? Those are the questions.
All groups are done. Are we good now? Now you open your books. There is It is training 8. Where is your book? Your money. On training 8 F1.2.
Page.
This. Page 119. Are you there?
Yes.
Page 119. Look at those questions for specific characteristics. Go through and tell me whether there are some questions you think you have not tackled that we can add to our list. Can you identify any question you think we can add to our list which you didn't mention? Yeah, look through very quickly and then identify a question you think we should add on our list. Silently, you go through as a group.
Does this financial institution have decision? What does my family think of this institution? What does my family think of this institution? What do they think of this
Your family cannot say God, you say, I want to save this.
Does this financial institution inspire me with confidence? Also this one. Does this financial institution inspire me with confidence?
Because you have seen other people saving there, they are giving good testimonies like another person, so you say inspired.
Am I inspired?
So if someone says, I said the guy know what to
Have I had a problems relating to the institution? Press all for friends. Problems relating to institution in the press or through friends and family. Have you ever heard of that? Any information from that institution?
like how he was talking about, every person was talking about where he saves and where he can get loan quickly. So if you hear that in this DFCU you can get quick loans, and say that is prior information.
Affected by problem. Do I know anyone who has had a problem with this financial institution? What sort of problem? How was it resolved? Do you offer training services for this financial? Are you involved in solidarity or sponsorship activities? Are you involved in humanitarian activities? These are charitable works.
Humanitarian activities, they are requesting for the jobs. If you are a person who want to write for them or later maybe to work with them.
Do you have advisors to help customers? Do you provide remote service? Can a customer find out the balance online? Let's talk about online transaction. No.
If you are in a remote area, can you?
Okay, have you identified some questions?
Yes.
Which ones, for example?
Like, what do your family members talk about that financial institution?
What do your family members talk about it? Here, you have any questions?
What is the reputation?
What's the reputation?
How
of
is
this
it
institution?
recognized in the society?
How has it been recognized in this society? Any question here? Any question? If I have a payment card, is there an ATM nearby? Is there any other question here?
How am I inspired to be a member of that?
How am I inspired to be a member of this institution? Alright, thank you for all this. Thank you for all these highlights. And I think now what we are going to do, I need two volunteers. To take these two bank brochures. I need two volunteers. You are one? You are a volunteer? Another volunteer? For you, choose which bank you want to represent. You are going to represent this one. Okay. Now, go through these and then be able to answer questions customers will ask you concerning the services you offer. Yeah. You want a partner? Someone can come and join these people. Let them be 4 volunteers. You work as bank agents. Are we together? You want to work with him? Okay, you come. Who wants to work with her?
Let us be the bank.
Who will work with her? Okay, you come and work with her. So you are a bank agent of this. You, they will come, they ask questions, you'll be able to answer based on what's on that small brochure. So you go through and see what's here so that you can be able to answer some of the questions customers might ask. Then rest of you, I want you to form two groups. You want to be group number what? Group number what? 1. You're also group number 1. You are group number 2. Group number 2. Then the rest of you will join these two groups. Count. 1. 1. 1. 2. Who said 1? 1. 1. 1. 1. So if you said 1, go there. Whoever said 1, go there. And those who said 2, go join this group. Those who said 2, join this group. You join this group. Those who said 2. All of them went there. Okay. Now, this is bank number. This is bank number 1. So you are coming here to check on their brochure. You will ask them questions and see if we get some answers. Check on the services they may be offering, and then you ask questions around them. You come closer and then we look at once because we are trying to secure time. You also, this group will ask you questions. You look through here and see some of the services they have projected there. Then you ask them questions around that to see if we find some answers.
It is Centenary Bank.
I've given you 5 minutes to go through that.
They have loan products.
I've given you 5 minutes for that.
Deposit products, trade finance. They have bank assurance, internet banking, agents banking. They have loans. They give loans. They have some information on frauders. Those people who frauders. They give the information like Centenary Bank will never call you asking for your PIN or password. Centenary Bank's Facebook and Twitter accounts are verified with blue ticks. Centenary Bank's Facebook and Twitter accounts are verified with blue ticks. Centenary Bank's official numbers are they have their official numbers which they use to call their customers. Centenary Bank's official email address, they have it.
It's better when they are locked.
They can eat you all when
They
you
even have where you can access them. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and like.
You are the loans officer. We get to see your adventure.
Now, it's time for group number 1. You ready?
No, we have not seen the branch of another bank.
No, we only ask around. We want to ask questions. Okay? Yeah. No, let it learn its lesson hard. Life is hard. Questions to ask? Which questions will you be asking? Okay, ask questions.
Which question can we ask that Bonjour the bank on so it's Bonjour?
How do you support the parents, Mr. Bank?
Support the parents.
Yeah.
Now, for example, I as a loans officer, we as a community bank, we have the facility of if a parent is unable, for example, to pay the school fees for the child, we have school fees loans. You can come, you talk to us, you fill the forms, you show us your asset which you have, then we give you the school fees loan, you first settle the school fees of your child, then I think that we have.
Then how do you support students?
The students, talk about that, my how we can develop the students.
For the students, there are those students who don't have parents. They are it's as if they are self-contained. So we give loans to students, and we have also student accounts in our bank. So you say we give loans, you study until you finish, while you saving the little you might have. After learning, when you get work, you start paying us very slowly.
Another question. How do we deposit or how do we deposit through the internet?
Excuse me, sir. In Opportunity Bank, we have a mobile app from App Store. So as long as you download it and then you enter your account name, you sign it in, you'll be able to withdraw and then deposit from the bank.
So when I withdraw, where does it go exactly?
Direct to your mobile account. No mobile credit.
Okay.
Any other question?
How do you grow my money? The growth of my money.
Oh, the bigger amount you save with us, it is the higher interest we get. For example, we begin on 1 million to get higher interest. When you talk to us, we shall show you the form of your growth in terms of when you deposit with us, where how your money grows with the interest. Have you heard?
Okay.
And how instant you can. Instant. I see something like instant and loan.
Immediately when you come for a loan, whether it is emergency, we give you. We give quick loans. Yeah.
Okay. So they've answered some questions. We've used their brochure to get some questions answered. And then group number 2 is going to be asking questions to the next bank.
And a customer find out his or her balance online,
Yeah.
Yes.
then how?
Can use say as Centenary, we have a code that we use to check your balance.
Like in which source I can use it to get to access your bank, such that either I can have it easily and I contact you online.
Okay, you can have an email or email.
Yes.
On Twitter, Facebook, you can have an
Please come on. Any other?
You ask them questions.
Do you offer any training to customers? Do you offer them some information about how they are going to safeguard their money?
Yes, we provide some trainings and we provide awards. Mostly we provide awards to the best people who've used our money very well. and we provide them some loans, they repay it. Yes.
And suppose I'm a poor man and I'm living in a deeper village there, and sometime there are those people who usually calls us that they are from this organ that gives money, and they usually tells us that I have won like this money, and they use some different calls. How do you have any call which is official for someone to know that this call is from your bank?
Yeah, Centenary
Yes.
has the toll-free numbers. You
Yes.
don't use airtime. You can use them and call.
And if you can like to use online, we have our Twitter account which shows with blue ticks. We have also the Facebook account. Yes, if you have some data bundle, just get through, you pass through it, and then you can get us.
I hope opening a bank account with your bank where it's giving you my information, personal information. How far much better can you protect my information from public access?
Okay, that information is protected. First of all, when you're coming to register with us, we don't charge you, but we charge you 10,000 for keeping your account active. Okay, so on keeping the information, we cannot call you for your PIN. We can't call you that so and so we need your PIN.
Okay.
Another question. What are the types of loans that you offer at your bank?
Types of loans? Yes. We have these loans that we offer to. We provide these trade finances. Traders, they are welcome. Entrepreneurs, when you have your businesses, you come, we evaluate you, and we give you loans.
Okay. Thank you very much. Clap for everyone for their contributions. Yeah, that was good. You've seen that we can get some information about banks using brochures. These people were able to answer these questions because they read it on a what? You also asked questions basing on what you saw. Okay? Now, are there questions that you see have remained unanswered? Suppose you have questions which a brochure has not answered, the website has not answered. Where do you get information about banks? Where else can you get information about banks? Suppose
You go direct to the
you,
manager.
you go where?
Direct to the bank, to the office.
You go to the bank. You visit the bank. You talk to the agents of the bank. You go to the manager. You talk to them. Is there any other place we can find information? You ask Google. You call the toll-free number. Huh?
Go on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Have you heard about online banking?
Yes.
What is it?
E-learning.
E-banking.
Online banking.
E-commerce bank.
What is it? Please, go to the shed. You can even go there. You can come this side. There's this side as well. What is online banking? What is online banking?
Online banking, the way in my understanding, it is the way you can use your phone, or wherever you are, you use your phone, then you bank money on your bank, maybe through mobile money, or any other way using your phone without reaching the bank yourself.
Using your phone or computer.
Okay. So in other words, online banking, we are doing transactions using internet. Does online banking close certain hours of closing?
No.
It operates 24 hours.
Depending on the network.
24/7.
It relies on the
Network. Network connection.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you have seen, there are different conditions and modes of operation of different financial institutions. And there is a lot we need to know about them for us to make proper decisions on which ones we should take up and which one we should not. Anytime you are looking for information and you can't access it, it is very good that you walk into the bank, you ask questions to the staff, or you call their numbers and then you ask information directly if you cannot access their information on brochures or websites. You go direct, you talk to them. So, the way we talk to them, talking to staff members or talking to them through the phone is what we shall be looking at in the next session. So thank you so much for having been good contributing members to this session. In the next session we shall be looking at how we can communicate to these financial institutions with confidence. With what? With confidence. So what have you learned in this exercise, in the previous exercise, that you think is important to you? What have you learned? Raise up your hand and say something. Yeah, from this session, this one about financial institutions, what have you learned that you will use?
designing the questionnaire before reaching the bank.
So don't fear bankers, don't fear banking institutions, and don't go there blindly. Make sure you ask them questions before you come in. Huh? Ask them questions so that you get the right product for you. Number 2. Yeah. How to save money in formal financial institutions, and this case a bank.
I have learned the services provided by the financial institutions.
We have looked at services provided by financial institutions.
Smart spending, spend 90.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Let's go for lunch and then we do the next session after lunch.